Good afternoon, everybody. This is Andrew's Movie Corner, back with you once again. We're moving on to part 2 of my Canadian VHS collection. I should have done that yesterday, but when I was trying to show, yesterday when I tried, it kind of cut off yesterday when I was redoing part 2, and it cut off at the end when I was showing Sing a Song with Tigger. We're gonna try this again. We're probably going to be doing a part 3. Just want to give you a heads up on that. Okay, let's get started. The 2003 Canadian VHS of Jonah, VeggieTales movie. Playful, high-spirited, and unmistakably amusing, says the Los Angeles Times. It's the spine, Kirkfov Khalil, the caterpillar, and the back, says Laugh Out Loud Lunacy, says Joe Layden of San Francisco Examiner. One of the year's best entertaining films, delightful, imaginative, and stunningly original, says Michael Medved of SRN Radio Network. And includes hilarious, never-before-seen outtakes. Here's the tape, the ink label. Cartridge number is 224 out of 360. And we have a 2000 Canadian VHS of Joseph, King of Dreams. It's from the filmmakers of The Prince of Egypt. Yep, direct-to-video prequel to The Prince of Egypt. Which, this and Prince of Egypt are actually my two favorite DreamWorks films. It's the spine, Kirkfov Joseph, and the back says the best movie premiering on video this year, says Scott Hittrick of the Los Angeles Times Syndicate. Epic and grand, says Mike Troutman of Family Funnin'. A movie the entire family can enjoy, says Randy Myers of Night Raider Wire Syndicate. There's the tape, the ink label. This one has a print date of October 22nd, 2000. Then we have the 1991 French-Canadian VHS of The Jungle Book. It's the spine, Kirkfov Mowgli in the back. Yep. This film's also on my top 10 all-time favorite Disney films list. Anyways, here's the tape with the ink label, tan lid, no print date on this tape. The blue lids weren't introduced until 2002. Well, late 2001, or early 2002, I'm sorry. We have up next, the 1998 Canadian VHS of The Land Before Time. It's from the creators of An American Tail. This is a movie by Don Bluth. It's a new adventure is born. Yep, it's the spine and the back. There's no critic review. And here's the tape, the sticker label. Cartridge number is 4 out of 42. Then we have the 1995 Canadian VHS of The Lion King, which this one's version 2, which has previews at the beginning, has a preview for does have previews for Pocahontas and Cinderella and Into the Outfield and Aristocats. Yep. It's the spine, Kirkfov Simba, and the back it says The Greatest Wonder of All, says Los Angeles Times. There's the tape, the ink label. Cartridge number is 291 out of 700. And then we have the 1998 French-Canadian VHS of The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. Yep. It's the spine, Kirkfov Kiara, and the back. Here's the tape, the ink label. Cartridge number is 40 out of 208. Then we have a 2002 Canadian VHS of Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Real Magic, one of the best films of the year, says Joel Siegel of Good Morning America. There's the spine and the back. It says, a ring to rule the screen, Peter Jackson's fierce, imaginative movie that takes high-flying risks and inspires with its power and scale. This is David Anson of Newsweek. It's the top, the other spine, and the tape with the ink label. Week year code. I mean the cartridge number is 900 out of 1100. Then we have the 2003 Canadian VHS of Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. It's the supreme film adventure of our time, says Richard Corliss of Time magazine. Here's the spine and the back. It says, a beautifully considered epic, says Elvis Mitchell of the New York Times. Here's the top and the other spine, and yep, here's the tape, the ink label. Cartridge number is 222 out of 800. And then we have the 2002 Canadian VHS of The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. So it's the 25th anniversary edition. It's the spine, Careful Pooh and Piglet. And the back says, 3 cheers for Winnie the Pooh, exactly right, wistful, sprightly, and often hilarious, as the New York Times. It's packed with bonus features. Never before seen theme song performed by Carly Simon. A day for ER animated short. Story behind the masterpiece featurette, and exclusive look at 2 upcoming Pooh movies. Yep. Here's the tape, the ink label, blue lid. Cartridge number is 334 out of 365. Yep, on Disney Canadian tapes they use cartridge numbers instead of print dates. With the exception of the Canadian printing of Toy Story 2. We have the 2002 Canadian VHS of Max Keeble's Big Move. Laugh out loud funny, says the San Francisco Examiner. They're taking on the world one bully at a time. Yep. This is the only copy of Max Keeble's Big Move that I have right now. Here's the spine, Careful Max Keeble. And the back says, witty and warm-hearted, says the Washington Post. An absolute charmer, says KNX CBS Radio. It's got the bonus feature, Alex to the Max behind the scenes featurette. Anyways, here's the tape, the ink label, blue lid. Cartridge number is 16 out of 150. Then we have a 2001 Canadian VHS of Mickey's Magical Christmas, noting that the House of Mouse is the new copy I got. It's a full-length holiday movie. Here's the spine, Careful Mickey Mouse, and the back. There's no critic review. Here's the tape itself with a dark sticker label. Cartridge number of 8 out of 28. And then we have a 1998 VHS of Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. It's a Canadian printing. Here's the spine and the back. It says, a mystery laced with class and sass. Clint Eastwood's direction will make your day, says Gene Shalit of Today NBC TV. Yep, it's the other spine, the top, the tape, the ink label. Print dates is September 30th, 1999. Yeah, it's a 99 printing. Then we have a 1996 Canadian VHS of Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise. Yep, here's the spine. And the back says, a thrill machine that won't quit, says Peter Travers of Rolling Stone. It's the top, the other spine, the tape, the sticker label, and the end label. Now, this tape's rated PG in Canada, but it's rated PG-13 in the United States. And then we have a 1998 Canadian VHS of The Moon Spinner. Hold on. Sorry about that. That was just a spam call. Yeah, just ignore that. Anyways, moving on. It's the spine and the back. No critic review. There's the tape, the ink label. Cartridge number is 2 out of 21. And then we have the 1999 French-Canadian VHS of Mulan. Yep. Yep. Here's the spine, character file Mushu. In the back, it says, I'm going to translate this one in English. Mulan is an impressive achievement, ranking with Beauty and the Beast and the Lion King. This is Roger Ebert. And here is the tape, the ink label. Cartridge number is 9 out of 102. Then we have the 1994 French-Canadian VHS of The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's the spine in the back. Here's the tape, the ink label, no print date on this tape. Then we have a 2001 Canadian VHS of 102 Dalmatians. Meet two unlikely heroes with a bone to pick. There's the spine, character file of Oddball. In the back, there's no critic review. And yep, because it's a Canadian tape, this tape has an ink label. This one's got a cartridge number of 925 out of 950. And then we have a 1994 Canadian VHS, or 96 Canadian VHS of It's Christmas Time Again, Charlie Brown. My bad. Yep, there's the spine, character file of Santa Snoopy in the back. It's a Peanuts holiday you'll love. It's the top and the other spine. And yep, here's the tape with the sticker label, end label. This one's got a week in year code of the 45th week of 96. Yeah, that's kind of strange, considering this is a Canadian tape. I am going to make a separate video where I pop this tape in my VCR to show you proof that this is a Canadian tape. I'll do that in a separate video. Okay. And then we have the 1998 French-Canadian VHS of Peter Pan. THX certified. Yep. There's the spine, character file Peter Pan. And the back, I'm going to translate this one in English. Belongs in the home of every dreamer, young or old. This says Union Leader. THX certified. It's got the making Peter Pan. I'm not sure it's on this. That's on this tape. I'll need to rewatch this whole tape. Find out for sure. But anyways, it's the tape, the ink label. Cartridge number is 36 out of 62. Then we have a 1985 Canadian VHS of Pinocchio. Yep, this one is version 1. Has the Black Cauldron trailer at the beginning. It's the original animated classic. Yep. It's the spine. And the back, it says, a masterpiece of fantasy, says Newsweek. The best thing Mr. Disney has done, and therefore the best cartoon ever made, says New York Times. I've had this copy of Pinocchio for a long time now. It's the tape, the sticker label. It's got a tan lid. No printing on this tape. Yep, probably on the 40th anniversary of this VHS release, I am going to do a VHS overview of this printing of Pinocchio. And next, we have the 2000 French-Canadian VHS of Pinocchio. It's THX certified. It's the spine, character file Pinocchio in the back. It's the tape, the ink label. Cartridge number is 32 out of 32. And then we have the 1998 French-Canadian VHS of Pocahontas 2, Journey to a New World. The all-new movie. It's the spine, Pocahontas, and the back. And yep, here is the tape, the ink label. Cartridge number is 45 out of 123. And then we have the 1997 Canadian VHS of Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin, version 1, which has less previews on it. The all-new movie. I've had this copy for 12 years now. Here's the spine, file Pooh and Piglet. And the back, it says, "You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." Yep, direct-to-video sequel to the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh from 1977. Here's the tape with the sticker label. Kind of rough shape right there. No print date. Then we have a 1997 Canadian VHS of Pooh's Great Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin. This one's got version 2 with more previews on it. Encasing. Yeah, but you can tell the stock number is different. That's how you can tell this has a different set of previews. Anyways, it's the tape with the dark circular. It's in much better condition. And no print date on this tape. Then we have the 2001 Canadian VHS of Recess Christmas, Miracle on 3rd Street. It's a full-length holiday movie. Here's the spine and the back. No critic review on this tape. Anyways, here's the tape itself with a dark sticker label. Cartridge number is 264 out of 273. Yeah, I still haven't rewound this tape yet since I got it. It's been right. I've actually I hadn't put this tape in my VCR at all. Yeah. Next is the 1999 Canadian VHS of The Rescuers. Yep, this is the clean version of The Rescuers 1999 VHS. The March 23rd, 1999 printing. This one does not have that controversial image added. And this is the copy I watched on the day that Bob Newhart passed away. I think he died of old age. That's part of what he died from. It says 2 tiny heroes, 1 big adventure. It's the spine, Bernard and Bianca. And the back says a breath of fresh air, a solid story with a delightful cast of characters, says Leonard Maltin. And here's the tape itself with a dark sticker label. Cartridge number is 71 out of 137. And then we have the 1994 French-Canadian VHS of Robin Hood. Spine, character profile of Robin Hood. And the back, this one I can translate in English. A full parade of all the Disney ingenuity, says the Daily Variety. Here's the tape with the ink label. Cartridge number is 1 out of 8. And then we have a 2002 Canadian VHS of Scooby-Doo meets Batman. Yeah, this is a pretty good movie. There's the spine, from Scooby-Doo and Batman. And the back says, they move like shadows in the night. Rated PG in Canada. It's not rated in the United States, though. This tape is a dark sticker label. Print date of July 27th, 2002 in invisible ink. Alrighty. Next is the 1994 French-Canadian VHS of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yep. The spine, careful of Snow White. And the back, I think if I can translate this English, would say a landmark in the history of animation, says New York Times. Here's the tape, the ink label, no print date on this tape. Then we have the 1996 97 Canadian VHS of Star Trek First Contact. My bad. Here's the spine. And the back says, one of the 10 best films of the year. You'll love this film. This is Steve Oldfield of Fox TV. It's the top, the other spine, the tape, the sticker label, and the end label. Yep, that's it on this copy of Star Trek First Contact. Alrighty. We're getting close. We'll find a stopping point as soon as we show the next couple tapes. We have the 1999 Canadian VHS of Star Trek Insurrection. The Battle for Paradise has begun. Yep. It's the spine. And the back says, exciting conflict and cutting-edge special effects that truly entertain, says Gene Siskel of Chicago Tribune. Yep, it's the other spine and the top. And here's the tape itself for the sticker label. Print date is January 15th, 1999. That's an invisible ink. Alright. And then we have a Star Wars Trilogy box set from 2000. This is a Canadian, but this is a Canadian printing of the Star Wars Trilogy. This is the OG Trilogy. And I love all the Star Wars films. And yep, the sequel trilogy, no exception, and those are all really good. Alrighty. Alright, show one tape at a time. Starting with Episode 4, A New Hope. This is a 2000 Canadian VHS of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Digitally mastered for superior sound and picture quality. It's the spine, R2 and 3PO. And the back, it says the Force is strong with this one. It's the other spine, Darth Vader, and the top. The tape, the vertical ink label. Print date is September 30th, 2000. Strange for Canadian tape to actually have a print date. All right, and we're going to move on to the next film of the trilogy. This is The Empire Strikes Back, 2000 Canadian VHS. Digitally mastered for superior sound and picture quality. It's the spine, character of Yoda, and the back says the Force. You must feel the Force around you. It's the other spine, character of the Stormtrooper, and the top. The tape, the vertical ink label. Print date's October 8th, 2000. Yeah, these are all in really nice condition. I'm very pleased with that. And this is the last in the trilogy. Yep, this is Return of the Jedi, 2000 Canadian VHS. Digitally mastered for superior sound and picture quality. It's a spine, character of Luke Skywalker as a Jedi. And the back says, I am a Jedi like my father before me. And it's the other spine, character of Emperor Palpatine. The top. The tape with the vertical ink label. Print date's October 8th, 2000. Alrighty. Now, let's slide this in. And we're going to show one more tape in this part. Then we'll stop here for part 3. Story of Robin Hood, 1992 Canadian VHS. From the Walt Disney Studio Film Collection. It's the spine, for Robin Hood. And the back, there is no critic review on this tape. And the other spine. And the top. And, yep, here is the tape itself with the ink label. No print date on this tape. Alrighty. We're going to stop here for part 2. And I will be seeing you guys in part 3, which should be coming up in a moment.